you guys ready to get started? Let's do it. I'm going to jump over to the chair, and I hope you can hear some of the drilling in the background, but hopefully they'll stop soon. They've kind of been on and off a little bit this morning, but good practice for our practice, isn't it? Okay, let's get started. Sorry, technical difficulty. Just one moment. Don't you hate it when this happens in your classes, teachers? Just one moment. I pressed the wrong button. Now I'm watching myself, which is not really the best. There we go. Got it. Okay. So if you've got a sturdy chair there, let's take a seat. We're going to come into what we call sitting mountain. So just coming towards the front of your chair, just taking a moment to just to settle, to ground yourself, to just feel your feet on the floor, feel your bottom on the chair, feel what it feels like to just be here right now, in this moment. And then let's start our setup. So make sure you have a little bit of space behind you and sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take our two fists together, take them in between the thighs, a little bit back from the knees, checking in with our alignment of our legs, making sure that our knees feel safe and supported during our practice. Between the feet, you want to have about the same distance apart, yeah? About that 2 fist distance. Middle toes point forward, and we've got our knees and hips in alignment. And we're going to lengthen the spine. It's almost like you're doing up a zipper on your jacket and you're just drawing everything slightly, and it's not like a big suck in, but just a gentle engagement through the muscles around the spine. Under your chin, about your fist distance apart. And let the shoulders roll up and back and down, and just let them settle down into your back. Then your hands, if you feel like, as I do right now, need a little bit of grounding, you can pop your hands facing down on your lap. If you'd like to receive today, turn your palms upwards. Whatever feels right for you. Remember, as we go through these practices together, that everything is your practice. It's not mine. It's not the other people in the group. It's your practice. So do what feels right for you. And from here, we're just going to take a few breaths. Let's arrive. So if you'd like to, you can close down your eyes or just lower your gaze a little. And just start to bring your awareness within. Just noticing how you feel this morning as you arrive here on your chair. Notice what's going on for you in this moment. What are the emotions that are present? What are the sensations in your body? Are they related? How is this affecting your breath, your thoughts? Just noticing though, without judgment, but just allowing ourselves to be present with what is, in whatever form that comes. What is happening in this moment? Just being aware of ourselves. And then from there, let that other stuff just move away for a moment and let your awareness settle now on your breath. And just let all of your focus now just rest upon your breath. And for a few rounds, just simply following your breath. Nothing else to do, just follow the breath. And as you follow your breath, maybe you just notice it shift and change a little without force. Maybe it just becomes a little deeper, a little more full, complete. Maybe it even just softens a little bit, becomes a little less forced. taking another few rounds of breath here. Nothing else to do but just breathe. And then when you feel ready, just check back in with all those other layers, your physical, emotional, mental, energetic bodies. Any changes, just being aware of this moment. How does it feel now? And then when you're ready, just letting your eyes gently open. Lift your gaze. Come back into this space. I really needed that. That feels better already. Always reminded of the power of just going within, even for a few breaths, a few minutes. Hello, Maui. So from here, we're going to come down to our feet. Now, pick up the toes off the ground. So we've got on the bottom of the feet, we've got press points under the big toe, the little toe, and under the heel. Now, we want to keep those down on the floor, but we want to pick up our toes away from the floor, so they're lifted. So feel the muscles around the bottom of your toes lifted. And then see if you can place your toes down, one toe at a time onto the floor. From the pinky toe, the little one, into the big one. Just one at a time. It takes a little bit of concentration, but isn't that great? Sparking up fires in our brain, keeping our brain healthy and alive. Now let's change from the big toe back out to the little toe. One toe at a time if you can. That always takes more concentration from me going this way. Nice. And now those press points, let's rock up onto the balls of the feet under the toes, and then let's come back onto the heels and lift the balls of the feet. And then rock up onto the balls of the feet, and then come back and lift the balls of the feet, and then lift the heels, and lift the balls of the feet. And then keeping your left foot down on the ground, we're going to come up to the tippy toe of your right foot. Now from here, we're just going to let the leg come back down to the heel, and maybe we'll do the same on the left, and maybe this is where you want to stay today. If you feel comfortable, you can let that leg come up a little bit more and bring it down heel toe. Then we come into a little bit of chair walking, right? Here we go. This is what we do when we walk. So either just raising and lowering the heel, or maybe lifting the leg away from the ground and trying to come down heel toe. Yeah? Great. If you feel comfortable and you want to try, adding opposite arm to leg. Ooh, look at that. Here we go, going for a stroll. So we may not be able to go actually outside for a stroll in some places, but here we go, we can chair walk. Maybe you can imagine in your mind as you're doing this, you're walking somewhere that you really love to walk. Do a few more rounds. Don't forget about your breath. Last time. Finishing on that left side. Beautiful. Let's move up our legs a little bit more to our hips. Well, we were using our hips flexors there, but how about we do a little bit of rotation through our hips? So walk your feet a little bit wider apart, and we'll start to just open the knees out to the sides, and then we'll bring them back in together. We'll open them out, and we'll bring them back in together. Opening them out, bringing them back in together. 2 more times, breathing in and exhaling, and 1 more time, breathing in and exhale. Then bringing your feet back down to the floor, take a breath back here in sitting mountain. Now let's bring our hands up, all the fingers, the thumbs touching, and start to roll your fingers around. Maybe gaze at your fingers if that feels comfortable. Keep your breath flowing, and maybe change direction. And then tuck your thumb underneath your fingers and start to roll your hands, rolling up as high as feels comfortable for you today. Remember that your up might be different from everybody else's up, so you can choose where you'd like to take your hands to today. Now let's change direction. We'll do the same thing. You're going to breathe in, take your arms up to your level of flexibility. Bring your hands down. And then in the center, we're going to turn the palms back to back, so the back of the hands are touching. And if you can, draw your elbows close together. It doesn't matter if they don't touch or not, it doesn't matter. Let's inhale now. Turn the palms around the other way so that you're trying to touch your thumb on the wall behind you. And then we're going to bring it back in again, and you're trying to touch the thumb towards the screen. And then bringing them out, turning around. Coming back, exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. Then let's take our hands together in at the front of the heart center, and from here you could press harder if you want, or you can let them be softer, depends on how you feel today. Let's start to circle the arms up and around and down, up and around and down. Working with your breath. If you need to go slower or faster, it's up to you. If you need to make your circles bigger or smaller, it's up to you. Let's change direction. Breathing and exhaling. Again, breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. And then from here, just interlace your fingers and roll your wrists around. And then change the interlace, make the other pinky at the bottom. Oh, that feels weird. Let's change that around. Maybe we can even change the direction we're rolling in. And then from here, just turn those hands around, press your hands forward. Stretch the fingers. Now make this a little bit more about the hands rather than the upper back, rather than the hunching the shoulders up or rounding the back. Just pull the fingers back towards you, and the thumbs. Don't forget about your little thumbs. Feel your breath here. And let's change again the interlace of the fingers, and take the hands forward and again to your up. Now you could have your elbows bent, or you might like to extend them upwards towards the ceiling. Remember, anywhere along this journey, wherever feels right for you is where you should be today. Now see if you can make space around the neck and shoulders. Keep the feet pressing down. Notice how the breath moves into the side ribs here. Can you feel that? That's pretty good. Now let's slowly bring the hands back down. Let's take them to the sides. Oh, I just feel like I want to do a little spirit fingers, so feel free to join me if you like. Love a good spirit fingers. Let's bring our hands to our thighs. Now keep pressing into your feet. We're going to pull with the arms and hug the elbows in as the chest moves forward. Feel how the sternum lifts up here. On the exhale breath, your tailbone goes down like a naughty puppy dog, and you feel your core here switching on. And just lean back, but keep your feet pressing down. On the inhale breath, come forward. Let the heart move forward, up and through the arms. And on the exhale, coming back. And on the inhale, coming forward, lifting the heart, stretching through. And on the exhale, leaning back. Now it's okay for you to round if you want to, but if you have any challenges with your spine, like osteo or disc degeneration or anything like that, you might not want to emphasize your upper back curve or any curving of the spine. So you may just want to lean forward and back. It's up to you. Remember, your spine is your own. Now the next one, we're going to come back into the center and let's make some circles. We're doing a lot of joint movements this morning. I am a huge fan of working the joints. I feel that we really need to keep our joints mobile, and the best way to do that and healthy is to move them. So let's change direction now. Taking it around, big or small circles, whatever feels good for you. Now when you finish this next circle, just coming back into the center again. Place your hands onto your hips, take a big breath in, grow the spine tall, press into your feet. And as you exhale, let's laterally flex the spine to the right. And then inhale to the center and to the left. Oh, maybe I'm saying the wrong way. I'm not sure how this turns around on Facebook Live. Anyway, whatever way we went, we're going the other way. My lefts and rights are challenge at the best of times, as most of you who do my classes would know. Maybe some of you teachers can relate. And let's come back into the center. From here, we'll take our hands back to our thighs. We're going to breathe in, and on the exhale breath, turning the ribs towards the right as we slide our hand up our leg. And then inhale, we're going to come back. And exhale, turn to the left. Now notice how I'm including coming back, taking them one side to the other. I'm including this sense of touch. Now, at the moment, we're being told not to touch anybody. And the value of touch is really being missed. So maybe a chance, an opportunity to connect with ourselves by touching ourselves. I know that just has another meaning for many people, and that's also totally fine if you want. But I think it's so important to reconnect with our bodies, really figure out where we are, what's going on with them at this point in time, and we can do that through adding a sense of touch. So let's take that a little bit further now. We're going to breathe in, and on the exhale, we're going to slide down the legs. Now on the inhale, we're going to press into the feet and slide back up the back. And on the exhale, sliding down, sliding up, breathing out, and breathing in. And just taking it up or down, wherever you want to, up to you. Oh, can you feel that energy starting to build? On this one, let's press into the feet and come all the way up through the sides of the body. Take your hands around to your bottom, give it a little squeeze, say hello bottom, how are you today? Thank you so much bottom for everything you do. Thank you legs, and give your sacrum a little rub, or your hips, whatever's accessible for you. And then we're going to come back around to the front and let the hands rest on the thighs, up or down. Just notice, how does that feel? Can you feel all that energy that we just created within ourselves? Can you feel that power? Keep those feet pressing down into the floor. Let's start to lift the arms like a bird out to the sides. And when we get to shoulder height, we're going to flip the palms over and bring the hands up to your up, wherever that is today. And on the exhale breath, we're going to let the arms float back down. On the inhale breath, we'll press in, flip the palms, and exhale. And one more time, pressing in and exhale. Okay, let's do that up to the top again. But as we exhale this time, let's come out from the hips now. We don't want to go inwards. We're going to keep the spine nice and long. Hands to the legs again and come up your legs as you inhale and down as you exhale. Press into your feet and inhale, let the arms rise all the way up. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Beautiful. From here, let's heel toe our feet out a little bit wider apart. We're going to take them out so that they're feet, maybe a little bit wider, whatever feels good for you. Hands can come to the heart, or you can rest them on your legs. Decide what feels right and safe for you. Press into your feet, make sure your alignment is good. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, lean out from the hips. Now, not inwards again, because in here we can't breathe. We need to keep this space open. Press into your hands if you want to make your upper body a little active, or let the arms rest if that feels better. Press up from your feet. Feel that length in the spine, and can you find your breath here? Taking one more round. On your inhale breath, press into your feet. Let the arms gently rise up if that's good for you. And exhale, let the hands come back down to the heart center. Take another breath here. And on your exhale breath, folding forward again, press into those feet. Let's build a little bit of power in our legs. Press into your hands if you like. Maybe this time you might bring your elbows towards your thighs, or maybe even on the inner edges of your thighs. You can even pull with the arms so that feels like you're lengthening your spine a little more. Remember to stay where it's good for you though, because it doesn't matter where you go, as long as you're doing the right practice for you today. Next inhale, breath that you take, press into your feet and strongly lift up, lengthen your arms, and gently bring your hands down to your heart center. Now take your hands here to your legs and gently walk your feet back in, back to sitting mountain. Let's press into the feet, take a big breath in, let the arms rise up, and exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, rise up halfway towards your knees, and exhale, coming down. Inhale, press into your feet again, let the arms rise up, and exhale, bring the hands down to the heart center. Now let's take our right leg now, out to the side a little bit. Now, maybe you'll stay here with your foot flat on the ground. Maybe you'll pick it up to the tippy toe. Or maybe like we did when we were walking, you might like to lift it all the way off the ground. Now, I like to do that with my muscles first, right? Because then I'm not cheating by pulling with my hand. But of course you can use your hand if that's better for you. Now that we've used our muscles, we can take a hold with our hand and maybe flex that foot, pull the toes back. Taking your left hand now to your shoulder and gently see if maybe you want to extend it out. Shoulder is fine, little birdies or big birdies, you decide. You might even like to look towards your thumb. Remember that this left leg that's on the ground, it's your balancing leg. Let's press into it as though we're standing up. Let's keep our balance. Take one more breath here. And when you inhale next, just turning your face back to the front and slowly bring your leg back in. Now, if your leg was on the ground, you might just outstretch it on the ground. If it was up in the air, you might stretch it out up here, holding on behind with your big, strong arms. Keeping the spine beautiful and long, pressing out through the heel. One more beautiful breath here. And slowly releasing the leg back to sitting mountain from wherever you had it. Now, let's do the other side. So remember, first of all, we just open the legs slightly. You might come to the tippy toe. All of these options might be right for you one day and not the next, so choose. Lifting up if you want, flex the foot if you want. Try to use your muscles, but if you need to, you can use your hand, and then once you're ready, you can hold on with that hand. Now, let's bring the hand to the shoulder, maybe there, maybe a little birdie, or maybe bigger. And maybe looking towards your thumb or keeping your head forward. You can relax your shoulders, press up through that bottom leg. Get that lift through the spine, that support from your core. Find your breath. Stay focused and present. Next time you inhale, start to make your way back, turning your face to the front and slowly bringing your leg back to center and extending it out either on the ground or up in front of you, pressing the heel forward. Now remember, when you lift your leg, be careful not to lean backwards, keep up really tall, and also be careful not to go inwards. Keep that space open. One more breath here. And slowly lower the leg back down to sitting mountain. From here, let's take a breath or two and just check in with how we are feeling today. I mean, in this moment, we've checked in a few times, but what's happening in this moment right now? Now, from here, we're going to bring our feet together. Now, some of us may have our big toes touching and our heels slightly apart, but what I suggest is, because we all have different shaped feet and some of us may have shoes on, shoes off, whatever, so let's check in that our middle toe is lining up with our knee and our inner hip bone, and then we've got our own alignment. So just check wherever that is for you. It might be heels together, it might be heels apart. Find that spot. Keeping your left leg down on the floor, we're going to see maybe we just leave the right foot where it is, or maybe we just cross it over. Now, again, we're doing a balance pose, so let's think about this. If we were standing up, and we went like that, whoop, what would happen? We would go falling over. So let's imagine we're standing up, press into all the press points of this left leg and cross your right leg over the top. That might be it for you. I like this option. Or if you want to, you can bring it up and cross over at the knees. Now for me today, I actually feel this is where I should be. It changes every time I practice. But where is it that you want to be? Is it aside, cross, or over the top? I don't know. Maybe some of you even bind your leg around. It's up to you. Now let's take our right hand under our left, back to back palms, lower or higher, up to you. If you like, you can see maybe your elbows will come towards each other. You might even take your right elbow under your left and wrap yourself up into a hug. Or maybe your arms will weave around and the palms will touch. The elbows might lift. So again, just finding that place within those options that feels right for you. So remember, we have back to back, elbows touching, hug, and anywhere along that journey. When you find the right spot for you, maybe now close your eyes. Maybe let your awareness come back within, perhaps to that space in the back of your shoulders. Notice how the breath moves into that space. Feel the ribs expanding, contracting on either side of the spine, in that upper and middle back. Let the shoulders drop. From there, when you're ready, on your next inhale, notice the front of your chest and shoulders and open the arms out wide. On your exhale, turn your ribs towards the right and let your arms just float down. Try not to lean over, stay tall, twist from the bottom of your ribs. Keep your standing legs strong. One more breath. And then we'll come back around to the front and we'll unravel our legs. Let's take them again side by side. Notice your own alignment probably is in the same spot still already. Notice how that feels. And now let's press down into that right leg. Again, the option next to it, across or up and over, and this leg might feel different, right, than the other. Just make sure that that bottom knee doesn't fall in. Keep all those press points down in your foot. Left under right this time, back of the palms, elbows, hug or weave around. Choose where it feels right for you. Maybe close your eyes again, maybe let your awareness come back within. Maybe see if you can feel the breath, the shoulder blades moving as you breathe. Taking one more round of breath here. And on your inhale, notice the front of your chest and shoulders and release your arms and open out. On your exhale, twist from the ribs and turn. Keep the knees forward. Let your arms rest down. Feel the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Next inhale, coming back around to the front. And letting the legs unravel, come back side by side. Heel toe your feet out a little bit wider apart. Take a beautiful breath in and out. And then from here, keeping your left leg where it is, just opening the right knee out to the side. Maybe level here is fine for you. You might like to bring it in a little closer, or you might like to cross it up and over. Or maybe you'll bring your leg up and place the ankle up on your thigh. Now, not on your knee, on your thigh. For me today, again, I think I feel better here. But you decide what's right for you. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Take a breath here. Now tree pose. On the inhale breath, let's see, can we take our arms up a little bit higher? Maybe just a little, maybe a lot, up to you. On the exhale, separate your hands, let your arms float out. And like the wind is blowing you, just like a tree blowing in the wind, from one side, slowly, gentle breeze, up and over to the other. And then back into the center. Bring your hands together, let them fall down, and take a breath here. Now let's slowly unravel the legs again. Find your sitting mountain alignment. And the other side, we'll start to open the knee, bring it into our position, whatever that is for us today. Oh, different, isn't it, on one side to the other? So do what feels right on this leg. Hands to the heart, take a breath. Now on your inhale breath, let your arms rise on up. Separate your fingers as you exhale. Inhale, lift tall, and as you exhale, blow over to the side with the wind. And inhale, center. And exhale to the other side. And inhale to the center. And bringing your hands back into the middle. Take a breath and let them come down. And one more breath here. Bringing your hands to your thighs, unraveling your legs, taking them back into sitting mountain. Just notice how that feels. Let's bring our hands now beside us with the palms facing forward. Draw your shoulder blades back towards each other and let the heart rise on up. It's almost like the ribs are going to lift up off your chest, but keep your feet pressing down. Energize your fingers. Maybe let the gaze move up to where the roof meets the wall. Feel the breath into the space of your heart. Feels good to breathe here. Take one more round. And when you're ready, bring your hands to your legs. Take a breath, settle. And then from here, we're going to gently take our right leg forward. Now, you can take it forward, it can be anywhere, out in front of you, or it can stay on the ground. Up to you, that's your forward. Let's inhale tall. As we exhale, we're going to come forward, out from the hips, remembering we keep our spine really long. You can keep your hands on your legs, or maybe you'll let your hand move down to your shin, maybe ankle, or maybe you can even wrap your little peace fingers around your big toe. Just remember that anywhere along the leg works just as well. Have your hand in contact with something and try not to drop your shoulder in, but come back and find your alignment, even shoulders. Keep pressing up, up through your left leg. And on your next inhale breath, pressing through both feet, draw your arm up towards the sky as you lift up, and exhale, let it come down. Bringing your right foot in now and taking out the other side again. It might be a different length. Breathe in, and as you exhale from the hips, folding forward, find where you want to take your hand today. Maybe it goes around the toes, maybe it doesn't. Level out those shoulders, chin and chest that fist distance apart. Pressing into both feet, heel pressing into the ground, knees soft, or bent I should say. It's actually strong, but it's bent and supported by all the muscles. Now on the inhale breath, press into your feet and lift the arm. And exhale, bring the hand back down. You come back to sitting mountain. Take a breath. Now from here, you might like to move your feet a little wider apart to give yourself some space. We're going to take a breath in here, and on the exhale, we're going to come forward. Maybe the forearms rest on the thighs. Does that feels good on your back, you stay right where you are. If you'd like to, you can bring your hands down towards your ankles or maybe anywhere along the side of your leg. You might keep your head lifted, head above heart with a beautiful long spine. Or maybe you'll just let the top of your upper back fold forward and the head drop. Just remembering if there's any pressure in your head or chest to bring your head back up, level out your spine, have your head above your heart. If it feels okay, you can let it hang. Feel the back of the body moving as you breathe. And make sure that you can still breathe. If not, back it off a little. Not breathing becomes very stressful after just a short while. So let's come back to a state of calm, inviting that beautiful, soft and gentle breath. When you're ready now, just slowly, taking as many breaths as you like, using your hands, using your feet to help you slowly rise on up. And then from there, bringing your feet back into sitting mountain. Just noticing how you feel. And then when you feel ready, if you've got a cushion or a pillow and you want to place it behind you, you can. Or you can maybe wiggle yourself back a little in your chair. It's the only time you're allowed to sit back. But make sure that you have, I shouldn't say that, you can actually sit back whenever you need to, but we just joke that it's the only time you're allowed to sit back in chair yoga. So just coming into a space where you can breathe. So with that space open, yeah? And from here, you might like to turn your palms up to face the ceiling, if it's comfortable, and let your feet just hang out somewhere in front. See if you can now close your eyes again or let your gaze lower, just dropping in, stepping back from the work, more towards now a state of rest. Maybe noticing anything you can hear around you, and then just letting that move away to the periphery, to the edges. Letting all of your awareness be on that space within you. And there, take another little check-in of how you feel in this moment. And again, just letting your awareness settle on your breath. And following your breath as it moves in that space within you. Letting it guide you breath by breath into that place of just simply being. Every exhale, tapping into that softness and letting go. Allow yourself to completely relax here. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to think about. Just breathing, just being. Notice how, as you breathe, that the energy shifts, physical body softens, thoughts and emotions just easily come and go. And the breath itself might soften here, becoming a little bit lighter. Nothing to do but just breathe, but just be. Just being is enough. Just breathing for a few more rounds here. Now we're just starting to let breath deepen a little bit again. Begin to follow it, that movement within, that ebb and flow. Begin to return into your body, noticing those sensations, connection of your body on the surface beneath you. Feel yourself returning to the space that you're in, breath by breath. When you feel ready, you can gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Any other stretches, any other movements that you want to make, whatever feels good, you can keep your eyes closed or you can gently open them if you like. Just doing what feels good for you. Eventually we'll all meet back in sitting mountain. You just take your time to come forwards, bringing your hands up to your heart. Just noticing how it feels to be upright, to be strong and stable and secure here in mountain pose again. And carry the sensation of calmness that we've cultivated through your day, your week ahead. Let's acknowledge our beautiful hearts that lie within us, full of love and joy, passion and kindness. Acknowledge each other. Namaste, everybody. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me here on this first Facebook Live. Good timing with the cats. And I'm really glad that drilling stopped, just for our meditation at least. But let me know how that was. Let me know how you feel. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. And like I mentioned in the chat that we had yesterday, just let me know if that drilling was a little bit too much. They happened to go for pretty much our whole session, not the rest of the morning so much, but we can always change the time of the class. So just let me know your feedback. I'm happy to hear, and happy to hear what you would like, and have you join in the conversation with us as we go forward in the next few months or maybe forever. Not saying that the virus is going to go forever, but our group could go forever. So please try to stay positive, keep on sending out love. Remember that when there's love in your heart, there's no room to experience fear. So every time that sensation of fear comes in, that panic, see if you can bring it back into a positive. Remember how powerful our thoughts are and the energy of our words and our thoughts. So just try to remember that as everything changes so much around us. Focus on what we can control. All right, thank you everyone. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your night, day, wherever you are. Thank you.